Hey, it's Dan from GoSkills. Today I want to show you how to use a really cool new feature in the GoSkills Course Builder, the scenario block. Scenario blocks give learners a chance to apply what they've learned through AI-powered practice, either using Roleplay or a Q&A scenario. So let's check out how it looks. First, let's open a course in the Course Builder. I'm working on a course called Conflict Resolution for First-Time Managers, which I've been developing with the help of Genie, GoSkills AI course creator. So let's go to Lessons and use this lesson called Recognize the Stages of Team Conflict as an example. We already have some lesson content here, so let's scroll to the bottom, click Add a Block, select Scenario, and then click on Create Scenario. Here we have two options. We can let Genie generate a scenario based on our lesson content, or we can build one ourselves. I'll select Build It Yourself and click Continue. Now we can choose between two types of scenarios, Roleplay and Q&A. With Roleplay, learners practice through a live conversation with an AI-generated character. It's great for interpersonal skills like handling a difficult conversation, coaching a team member, or responding to a customer. With Q&A, the AI Tutor asks targeted questions to help learners work through a problem and apply what they've learned. For this lesson, let's create a Q&A scenario. I'll describe the real-world situation I'd like the learner to work through. Once it's generated, we can review and customize everything before learners see it. We have the scenario title and description, the scenario context, and the learner's role. We can also customize the learning objectives and evaluation criteria that will be used to assess the learner's performance. Finally, we can choose the AI Tutor's feedback style, Socratic, explicit, or encouraging. For this example, I'll use Socratic, so instead of immediately giving learners the answer, the tutor can use follow-up questions to help them reason through the situation. And our Q&A scenario is ready to go. Now let's see what the experience looks like for our learners. I'll click Preview in the top right corner and scroll down to our scenario block. Learners will see a quick overview of the scenario and what they'll be practicing. When they're ready, they can click Start Session. The AI Tutor will introduce the situation and start asking questions. Learners can type their responses or use their microphone to talk through their answers. From there, the tutor can ask follow-up questions as the learner works through the scenario. And when they're finished, they can click the arrow at the top of the panel and select End Session. Their responses will be analyzed against the evaluation criteria, and they'll receive an overall score, personalized feedback, and a breakdown of their strengths and areas to improve. They can also click Try Again if they'd like another go. Great, now let's head over to another lesson to look at our second way of creating a scenario. Here's another lesson, Draft Blame-Free Feedback. I'll add a scenario block again and click Create Scenario. This time, we'll let Genie use the existing lesson content to build a scenario for us. I'll select Generate Based on Lesson and click Continue. In this example, Genie has selected a roleplay scenario as the best fit and filled everything in based on our lesson content, including the AI character profile the learner will interact with. We can leave everything as is or make any changes we'd like. And now, let's see what the roleplay experience looks like. I'll click Preview again, scroll down to our scenario block, and click Start Session. The AI character will open the conversation, and from there, learners can put their skills into practice by responding and working through the situation. Just like before, they can use their microphone or type their responses. For this example, let's click Start a Call and listen to Maria interact with the AI character.
I'm guessing this is about the client deck. I know it had issues, but I've been juggling 3 last-minute requests, and it feels like I'm being singled out here.
I understand you've had a lot of last-minute requests, Jordan, and I appreciate you explaining that. I am concerned about the impact that can have on the client and the team, so I would like us to figure out what happened and what we can do differently next time. What do you think would help us prevent these from happening again?
Getting the final draft so late definitely didn't help. If I had more time to review it, those mistakes wouldn't have slipped through. Maybe we could try to set earlier deadlines for the final passes?
The AI character will respond and adapt as the conversation develops. Once the scenario reaches its conclusion, the character will let the learner know and prompt them to end the session. Their responses are then analyzed against the evaluation criteria, and just like with Q&A, they'll receive a score, personalized feedback, strengths, and areas to improve. And that's how you build a scenario block in the GoSkills Course Builder. Try it out for yourself and let us know what you think. And if you haven't already, create a free account with GoSkills and start building your own courses. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.